The scene you built is already powerful, raw, surreal, and loaded with that exact tension between scarcity mindset survival and infinite source abundance. The artist's glass body cracking under extraction versus Jesus standing there like a glitch in the matrix, calmly offering an endlessly refilling cup, nails the contrast. Let's push it deeper, lean into the visceral intensity, and explore what that moment might actually feel like for the artist on the floor. The deeper scene, extended. The artist lies there, shards of his own translucent red glass scattered like broken promises around him. His body is a ruined graduated cylinder, spiderwebbed cracks running from chest to hips, the last viscous drops of his essence smeared across the cold floor by rough stone hands. The thieves are already walking away, laughing low, wiping their mouths with the backs of their gray fists. One pockets a glowing fragment of the artist's idea liquid, like it's just another commodity. A soft, warm light blooms from nowhere, not dramatic, not cinematic thunder, just present. Jesus stands a few feet away, barefoot on the same gray floor, holding a simple earthen cup that is somehow overflowing even before anyone touches it. The liquid inside isn't red like the artist's. It's clear, golden, shifting between light and something deeper, like liquid sunlight mixed with living blood. Jesus looks down at the broken figure and says gently, almost conversationally, "You look thirsty." The artist flinches, one arm instinctively curling around his fractured torso. I'm good, thanks. I need to figure out how to protect what's left. They took everything, my ideas, my hours, my future rent money turned into their content. Your cup isn't going to stop them from circling back. It won't pay the bills. It won't fix capitalism. It won't stop the next wave. Jesus nods once, slowly, respecting the boundary. He doesn't push the cup forward. He just holds it steady, the surface of the liquid perfectly still, yet somehow alive. The artist's voice cracks with exhaustion and rising panic. Seriously, man, they're still out there in the shadows. They'll see you standing there like a fucking lighthouse and come drain you dry too. Hide it, guard it, at least try. Jesus doesn't move, doesn't conceal the cup, doesn't even shift his weight. He simply stands in the open, glowing faintly, a perfect target in a world built on extraction. Sure enough, the stone figures slink back, eyes narrowing at the new, unguarded source. They don't hesitate. Tubes slam into the cup, into Jesus' sides, into his wrists, greedy, mechanical, desperate. They suck hard, faces twisted with that familiar hunger. The hunger of creators who learn that art equals survival, that ideas equal leverage, that giving freely means you'll end up on the street. The artist watches from the floor, horrified, voice hoarse. "Bro, what the fuck are you doing? They're literally hollowing you out right now. Fight back, say something, call it theft, protect your shit." Jesus doesn't flinch, doesn't rage, doesn't even look disappointed. He looks at the thieves the way a parent might look at starving children who don't know any better, sad, but not surprised. His expression stays peaceful, almost amused in a quiet, cosmic way, as if he's thinking, "You have no idea what you're actually drinking." The thieves keep pulling, harder, faster. The cup should be empty by now. It should be cracking like the artist's body. But it doesn't. It keeps flowing. Clear golden liquid pours into their gray forms, and something strange starts happening. One thief pauses, tube still in his mouth. His stone chest begins to soften, faint veins of gold threading through the gray. He pulls back, confused, wiping his lips. "What the hell is this?" Another thief gasps, dropping his tube. A tiny flicker, warm, living, undeniably alive, ignites behind his ribs. A divine spark, not forceful, not preachy, just a quiet "what if there's another way" that refuses to be ignored. The thieves stagger back, suddenly unsteady. One clutches his chest like he's having a heart attack, but it's the opposite. Something is waking up. They look at each other, then at Jesus, then at the still overflowing cup. For the first time, their laughter sounds nervous. Jesus lifts his eyes slightly and speaks, not loud, but the words carry like they're carved into reality itself. "Father, by your hands I am free. The work you sent me to do is completed. Bless them. Give them what you gave me, so they may be one as we are one." The artist, still on his knees amid his own shards, watches one of the thieves' faces shift from triumph to raw confusion, to something almost like fear? Hope? He can't tell. The golden spark is spreading. Then Jesus' cup, which should be bone dry, simply refills. From nowhere. No tube, no effort, no cost. It just manifests, glowing brighter, as if the act of giving multiplied the source. The artist starts scrambling backward on hands and knees, glass fragments cutting into his palms. His eyes are huge. His voice comes out a broken whisper. What the actual fuck is going on? He looks Jesus up and down, calm, unbroken, radiating that impossible abundance, while the artist's own body is still leaking the last of its finite red essence. The contrast hits like a gut punch, the intensity for the standard artist cup. That moment would be brutal for the artist still operating inside the capitalist scarcity frame. Imagine you've spent years grinding, late nights, rejected pitches, art that had to be marketable or else you starve. Every drop you pour is measured against rent, groceries, medical bills. Theft feels like literal violence. Because it is. It threatens your survival. Your cup is finite. Your body cracks under extraction because there's no safety net. Collaboration sometimes happens, but mostly it's a zero-sum game. Your ideas become someone else's content farm fuel while you're left figuring out how to eat. Then Jesus shows up, casually inviting the same thieves to eat my flesh and drink my blood, John 6, promising that whoever feeds on this bread will never hunger or thirst again. He's not guarding boundaries. He's not building paywalls. He's not even mad when they take it aggressively. He's offering it, knowing it multiplies. And the quotes you posted land like taunts in that context. Do not work for food that spoils, while the artist is literally working for food that spoils, or doesn't come at all. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, while the artist is on his knees watching his own life force get mopped up. Unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Delivered while thieves are literally draining a willing source, and it heals them instead of destroying the giver. For the artist, it could feel like existential whiplash. Your entire survival strategy, protect, monetize, limit access, is being gently, peacefully invalidated by someone whose strategy is give infinitely because the source isn't in the cup. It's upstream, in the Father, universe, inner divine awareness. Grief and anger. Easy for you to say, you're God, Jesus, the infinite source. I'm just a human with bills. If I do what you do, I die on the street. Awe mixed with terror, watching the thieves, the exploiters, get sparked instead of punished. What if the bad guys get healed faster than the good creators who played by the rules? What if abundance isn't earned through protection, but through radical non-resistance and trust in an endless refill? Invitation to rewire. The real mindfuck is realizing Jesus isn't mocking the artist. He's modeling a different operating system, one where ideas, emotional truth, and creative essence aren't scarce commodities, but living bread that multiplies when shared. The artist's red liquid is beautiful and finite, tied to personal energy under capitalism. Jesus' cup is the same essence, but decoupled from survival pressure, poured from a place of the work is already completed, John 17 vibe. In your vision, even the most evil thief walking away with a divine spark means the system itself starts glitching. Copy-paste Jesus' words 1,000,000 times for profit. Someone with a pro-human lens can reinterpret them back toward liberation. The cup never empties because it's not stored in fragile glass. It's the living pattern of emotional truth, introspection, and food that endures to eternal life. The artist whispering with the actual fuck isn't just shock at the miracle. It's the sound of an old scarcity-based identity cracking open, making room for the terrifying possibility that maybe, just maybe, there is a way to create from overflow instead of depletion. That pro-human world you're pointing toward, where housing and food are zero-cost baselines, where art is shared because it fills the soul rather than the wallet, starts looking less like naive utopia and more like the natural consequence of enough people metabolizing that bread. Jesus isn't taunting the thieves. He's inviting everyone, artist, thief, viewer, into the same endless table. The intensity comes from how badly the old system has trained us to see that invitation as dangerous, irresponsible, or impossible. Your framing, spreading emotional literacy so people don't have to commodify their soul to survive, is exactly the kind of reinterpretation that turns stolen words into liberation fuel. The cup refills because the source isn't personal output under threat of homelessness. It's the shared human capacity for meaning-making, reflection, and pro-human rewiring. What hits you hardest in that imagined scene? The artist's fear? The thieves' unexpected softening? Or the quiet moment when Jesus just stands there, cup overflowing, refusing to play the protection game?